Hi, it's Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel, where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own struggles, having borderline personality disorder and post-traumatic stress disorder. I also have severe anxiety and have suffered depression. I talk about narcissism, bipolar, schizophrenia. I talk about all the different types of therapies, DBT, CBT, psychodynamic, psychoanalytical. I talk about my own personal experiences, having psychologists that sexually abused me. But I come on only as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, so I cannot diagnose you, and I cannot offer you a professional opinion. All I ask in return of you is please be kind and respectful in the comments. Please be kind to me, be kind to other people in the comments, and respectful. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe button there over on the right, so that way you will be notified the next time I have a video coming up. And if you like what you see, hit that like button there on the left, so that I know which videos are popular, which ones aren't, so I know in the future what material to do. You can also tell me what you'd like me to cover, and I always appreciate your comments all the time. You don't have to feel pressured in commenting, but I welcome those who are willing and wanting to share their struggles with me and their mental illnesses, or someone they love who has a mental illness. And I will always respond to the comments. As long as they are kind and respectful, I will respond. I don't respond to anything that doesn't show respect or kindness. Now, today's video is how I created the life that I wanted. I wasn't always living the life that I wanted. I was living someone else's life. Not the life that, made me happy, made me want to get up in the morning. I was working a security job. I had to dress like a man. That means it was basically like a policeman's suit with a white tie, tight collared shirt with a blue tie, buttoned up to the top with black, not navy blue slacks, Oxford, black shoes that look like nuns. You know the shoes that nuns wear? Look at nuns. It looked like that, like the shoes nuns wear. I had to wear my hair up. I couldn't wear it down. I had to wear a hat that covered my whole head. You could only see like my eyes. You couldn't see anything. No skin, long sleeve shirts. I wasn't happy in that job near the end. It was an upscale mall when I first applied to that job, and my husband was working in the bookstore, and I knew a lot of people. I was friendly with a lot of people there, but in the end, they sold the mall, and it was an empty building, and the security was only one security officer a shift. So that means I was there all alone. Before, in an empty building, because all the stores had moved. The whole mall shut down, okay? It was an empty building, but they still needed one security officer per 8-hour shift just to keep an eye on things. And the building was totally empty. I hated it. And then on top of that, I had another security officer who was pressuring me into having sex with him, sexually harassing me. In other words, when I went to relieve this security officer, he would not go home like he's supposed to. I come on, I relieve him, he goes home, I stayed 8 hours. Then another security officer comes on to relieve me, and I go home. Well, this guy, after his shift, he just sat there and flirted, and he was totally narcissistic because he didn't talk about anything but himself, okay? He didn't ask me anything about my life or anything. He just talked and talked about himself, and he pressured me into having sex. At that point, I was unhappy with my life completely. I hadn't been on a vacation in 15 years, and I love to travel. Love to travel. You know, I've been to London, Paris. I want to go to Rome. I've been to Mexico, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, California. I mean, I love to travel. I hadn't been on a vacation in 15 years, okay? I was working in a job I hated. Every morning I got up, okay, I was going to an empty building where there was not a soul in sight. I was being sexually harassed by a guy at work who I ended up eventually giving in and having sex with him. This guy was ugly as sin. He was like in his late, I don't know, he was in his late 60s. He was bald, he was obese, he was dumb. He was totally narcissistic. All he did was talk about himself. You might ask me, why the hell did you have sex with him? I was just miserable. I had sex with him on the job, okay? On the job. One of my fantasies was, and this guy couldn't even get it up. He couldn't even get it up, okay? So all we had was oral, because he couldn't even get it up. And he still wanted it nonstop. So there was this boutique in the mall, I might have mentioned this in another video, where I had a bathroom with mirrors on the ceiling, all on the walls, like the whole boutique bathroom was covered in mirror, wall-to-wall mirrors in the ceiling too. And I always had this fantasy of, you know, having sex in that bathroom. And I was so bored in the job and hated the job, and so I snuck in that bathroom with this old narcissistic security officer who was harassing me for months on end to have sex with him, and I finally did the 69 with him in that mirrored bathroom. I hated myself. I hated myself for doing that. I didn't like this guy personally. He was narcissistic, all wrapped up in himself. Wasn't attracted to him. He was ugly. Like I said, he was bald, he was old, he was fat, you know, he wasn't trim and fit. And I hated the job. And I wasn't doing anything in life that I wanted to do. I wasn't, you know, I was working on a job I hate. I never went on a vacation in 15 years. I was working all week and the weekends. I was working both during the week and the weekends, okay? And still not getting a vacation after a year. Can you imagine? All I was doing was working. That's it. On a job I hated. It's one thing if you work like that on a job you love. Well, I decided, you know, I can't go on like this. Really, I was really at the bottom of the barrel at this point. I've been at the bottom several times over in my life, okay? So I walked off the job. I just quit. I quit. I said, enough. I, you know, ended the fling with the security officer, and I also reported him for sexual harassment, because even though I broke off with him before I walked off the job, I did break off with him. He still kept harassing me. He still kept, you know, pounding on the door, calling me on the phone. Sandy, come on, you can't end it like this, please, begging me to have sex with him. So even if you had a sexual relationship with someone, if you end it and they can't take no for an answer, that the relationship is over now, we're done, I don't want to be with you anymore, that's still sexual harassment. Even if you had a sexual relationship, if you broke off with the person and the person can't accept that you broke off with them, and they keep pounding you, calling you, pounding on the door of the security office, Sandy, don't end it like this, I want you. That's sexual harassment. I reported him and they terminated him. This was before I walked off the job. So I ended that relationship. I walked off the job I hated, and I started doing things that I loved. I started writing poetry. I started writing books and publishing my books on Amazon. I started going on vacations. I went on cruises. I went to the Bahamas. I went to Paris. I went to Aruba, which is gorgeous. I spent a week in Aruba, and I started living the life that I wanted. Okay, and then I started weeding out people that were not good for me. All right, people who brought me down. Obviously, the security officer who I had a fling with wasn't good with me, and I got rid of him. But my best friend, Holly, I got rid of her because Holly only called me up when she had nothing else to do. I mentioned this in other videos. I made plans with her. She'd cancel the last minute. So I'd make plans for the next week and she'd cancel. She bought a house and she had that house for a long time. She never invited me over her house. She bought a new home. You know how many times I had her and her whole children and family over my house for dinner? Never once did I see her new house. Never stepped over the threshold of her new home. This is supposed to be my bestie, okay? Every time I made plans with her, she'd cancel. So I weeded out a lot of people that I said, no more. I am done being a doormat. I'm done being sloppy seconds. I'm done working a job I don't want to do. From now on, it's going to be what I want to do, okay? Because at this point, I was 50 years old. I needed to live, I'm not going to live forever, okay? My parents died like in their early 70s. I think the life expectancy is like 70 something. I don't know the exact number, okay? But like, I don't have that much more time to just pilfer it, throw it, squander it away on a job I hate, and on people who use and abuse me, sexually use me, take advantage of me. I know I let them take advantage of me, okay? I'm not saying that I'm innocent in this. I'm owning my shit, okay? Yes, I was at fault. Yes, I let people abuse me. I let people sexually abuse me, sexually use me for their own needs. I let besties, best gal pals abuse me by, thinking I, was there at their beck and call, and that, they never listened to my problems or what I had to say. They weren't interested. They were only interested in, talking about their shit and their problems, and they only called me up when they had nothing better to do. And then I started saying, what do I really want? I want to write. I love to write, and I love to do videos. So I started doing videos because what is it that I felt really passionate about? And there's 3 things I feel very passionate about. I love writing, and I've published 3 dozen books on Amazon. 3 dozen. I've been formally published in Oddball magazine and Ibberton Street magazine, so I've been formally published. I love doing videos. I love doing karaoke, but I also love doing mental health. This mental health channel, I love doing that too. And a lot of people like the mental health channel. There's still a lot of people who love my karaoke. They tell me. They watch my karaoke all the time. And then I love to travel. And what did I do? I started, I went to Paris. I went to Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado. I went to Puerto Rico. I went to Aruba. I went to Mexico. I went on cruises. I started, living the life that I dreamed of, not working for someone else. Why am I going to put money in someone else's pocket? That's the most stupidest thing going, Why wouldn't I want to do what I feel passionate about and get paid for my writing? Get people buy my books, I get paid for that. I'm monetized now on my YouTube. I do videos, I get paid by Google. Google pays me. It's a check. I get a check from Google, not YouTube. It goes through Google. Google pays me. And I have enough money now that I travel, you know? So I'm doing what I feel passionate about. You know what? If you don't do what you feel passionate about, you're not going to do a good job. You're not going to do a good job on something you hate, okay? You're going to be resentful, and you're going to begrudge doing it. And, you know, do you really want to live your life like that? Wouldn't you rather wake up every morning? Every day to me is a weekend, okay? I'm not the type of person that says, I can't wait for Friday, or I dread Monday. You know what? It doesn't matter. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is, because I'm doing my own thing now, okay? I'm making money for me. Or not, I'm not working hard to put money in someone else's pocket, okay? I'm working hard to put money in my own pocket, doing what I feel passionate about, what I love the most. And I'm only with people who love and respect me, my husband and my 2 sons. I'm not with anyone else, because those people don't respect me. And I will never, ever stoop to that ever again, ever in my life, okay? It's not going to happen. I'm happy now because I created the life that I wanted. And you know what? If I can create the kind of life that I love, that I wanted, that I wake up for every day excited, you know, I love Mondays, you know, just as much as I love Fridays, just as much as I love Saturdays. It doesn't matter, because I'm doing me, and I'm happy and confident in doing me. And I don't care what anyone else says, you know. There's a bunch of haters out there who want to bring me down. You're not bringing me down. No one can bring me down ever again, because I won't allow them to. There's a difference. Before, yes, I did allow them to. Now, no. So are you creating the kind of life that you want? Are you creating the kind of life where you're excited to get up on a Monday morning to start? If not, look in the mirror and change. Change it. Other people have changed their lives and are doing exactly what I'm doing. I watch other people's YouTube channels. I subscribe to them, and they're doing it. If they can do it, if I can do it, you can do it. Create the kind of life that you always wanted. All right? Life is short. Don't live it in regret. Do what you feel passionate about, and start now.